listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Hello! Welcome to Animal Party on Pet Life Radio. I hope you have your party clothes on. You better be dressed nicely. You better be dressed fashionably, because we're going to be talking about Japanese things today. A little bit here and there. We're going to be talking about cat toys in particular, and cat toys that really make your cat think and work for it. Cat toys that keep your cat and your kids fascinated. So we're going to talk about that, but there's an angle on this because the company we're talking with, the people we're talking with today, have a connection to Japan. And so because of the recent problems in Japan, I promised you on air a while back that I would let you know if you're feeling compelled to help people in Japan and animals in Japan, and you've seen what's going on with, the dolphin that was rescued and the dog that was rescued and all the many animals that are affected and displaced and in need of assistance there right now, especially the pets, then I wanted to tell you, and I'll do this today right now before we start the show, if you are looking to help and you want to know what's being done in Japan for the animals, then these are the 4 organizations I would suggest you check out. The Japan Veterinary Medical Association, the Japan Animal Welfare Society, the Japan Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, so the JSPCA, and the Japan Pet Care Association. These are 4 registered, reputable organizations that are doing good works right now to help animals in Japan. So I wanted to get that over with right at the start of the party so we can proceed with the party and party in a Japanese way and think about the animals there and the cats and the dogs and the pampered pooches of Japan because, oh boy, are dogs pampered in Japan. What a life that would be. And now we're going to come back to North America and we're going to be talking right today with Ellen Tsuyuki from Nico-chan. And she's got cat toys that will blow your cat's mind. Welcome to the show, Ellen.
Hello, Deborah. Thank you for having me on your show.
Oh, you're welcome. It's great to have you. So years ago, I was playing with my kids, and they had this little magnetic fishing toy, and the cats were bugging them and bugging them and bugging them. So I decided to tie a cat toy to the end of the fishing toy. And that worked for a little while until it broke, and everybody was upset. So then I see your stuff, and I'm thinking, she's got it. She's created the same thing, only this time it won't break and it works. And the kids and the cat's claws and the kids' fingers are far away from each other. I love it. So could you tell us about some of your Nico-chan fishing toys?
Oh, sure. No problem. We actually have a line of about 5 different, we call them critters. So they're like spider, and we got dragonfly, and large and a small mouse, and a flying bug. So all of your cat's favorite kind of bugs to chase. And we have them on a wand toy, and then they have a string and a clip. So they're all interchangeable. So if your cat likes, only flying insects, you can just buy the dragonfly and and our kitty Kata. So it just gives people a choice to be able to tailor what kind of bugs their cats like to chase. So it's just a really easy setup that we have for people to use, and the cats seem to really enjoy chasing the bugs around the house. They makes them get great exercise, running and jumping all over the living room, and there's a lot of overweight cats in North America, so this is a helpful tool to get them off the couch.
I like it that you can snap on and off different parts. So when the kids or the cats get bored, you do something else. It's a new toy. The same toy, but it's a new toy all over again. That's great.
Yeah. So we're really happy about that, and the response that we've our customer feedback that we've gotten has been really positive on cats that normally don't want to play as much. Owners have told us that it seems to really get them motivated to want to play, on an ongoing basis. So they're really happy with that.
Well, we're going to have to go to commercial. I'm going to get some more dishes of cat food and cat water put out all around the party so your cats will be comfortable. And because I know you brought cats from Nico-chan into the studio, and I've got cats too, so over at my end of the studio. So we got to make them comfortable. We'll be getting the kitty hors d'oeuvres out and making sure our cats are exercising as well so they don't gain weight over the break. Stay tuned. We'll be back after the commercial, and I'll tell you, how fast do you think a cat can run? Well, we'll talk about that. Just stay tuned to Animal Party.
Don't go anywhere, because the best is yet to come. Stick around.
Buster, you're telling me my dog food products can't go on your shelves?
That's right. Didn't pass one of my Petco certified nutrition checklists. Sorry, Wayne.
Who made these checklists?
Geniuses. Very smart guys.
Well, it's good enough for most grocery stores.
Do you see cheese puffs on my shelves? Mayonnaise? Soda pop?
No.
That's because I ain't running no grocery store, Wayne. Your pets will get better nutrition, I guarantee it. Petco, where healthy pets go.
Enter the code PARTY10, PARTY, the number 10, and get 10% off any order. No minimum at petco.com.
I play tennis because I love to. But inside, I want to win. Take away the court, the net. I might not be a player, but I'll always be a competitor. Lady Foot Locker understands that.
Lady Foot Locker, the first to carry Adidas off-court shoes and the gear that goes with them.
If you play your best, there's no regret.
Lady Foot Locker, one place, every woman.
Go to ladyfootlocker.com and enter the code AFAP10LF to get 10% off any order of $50 or more. Or enter the code AFAP15LF to get 15% off any order of $75 or more at ladyfootlocker.com.
How would you like your business to reach out and invite in our audience? We have a brand new trademark concept called InfoSeeds. InfoSeeds are short 20-second seeds of information about your place of business, practice, or service. Is the best, most cost-effective way to invite us in. We only have a limited number of slots left. For more information, visit the website
PetLifeRadio.com.
Click on sponsorship information. There you can listen to a sample of InfoSeed. Remember, only a limited number of opportunities are available.
Hi everybody, I'm Megan Blake here with my sidekick Super Smiley, the giant mutt and spokes dog for throwaways. You're listening to Pet Life Radio, and I'd like to tell you about our brand new show, A Super Smiley Adventure. Our show explores adventures with animals. They can be traveling, out in the world trips, or inner journeys where our animals lead us to inspiration and self-discovery, or just plain fun adventures. Join us here on Pet Life Radio on A Super Smiley Adventure. Good boy.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
You're inside the VIP room
with the hottest party in town.
Back to the party.
Let's go!
Hello! Welcome back to Animal Party on Pet Life Radio. How fast can your cat run? Well, if your cat is fat and under-exercised and not getting enough attention from you, the only kind of attention is food and not toys, you may be surprised to hear just how fast your cat could be if your cat was fit. I know we always think, greyhounds are fast at around 64 kilometers an hour, and that is fast. But cats are no slouches. So I'll tell you in a little while. Think about that for a minute. And we're back with Ellen Suyuki from Nico-chan. Now, Nico-chan, they produce cat toys, and she's told you a little bit about already. Ellen's told you about the cat-tarantula with the rod. They've got a kittinator and some other things I want to talk about, but the company's a little bit different than your average company. So we're going to be getting to that in a second. But before we do, can you tell me about the kittinator?
Oh, the Kittinator. Yeah, our Kittinator is actually one of our most popular toys, and it's a little mouse, and it looks like a mouse, and it moves like a mouse, which is really great. And the difference between our large Kittinator and our small Kittinator is the large one actually has an articulating body, so it has a second body that attaches. So actually when you flick it and then you shake the rod a little bit, it's got a great swagger to it, and it just drives the cats nuts. And so they I hear comments from customers that tell me that they have to lock the kittenators away in their closet so that their cats don't open up the door to try to get it to play, or they're in the kitchen and they're meowing and they're pawing away at the shelf to get into the toys. So it's pretty funny. So our kittenator seems to be a big hit with both the cats and owners. So we're really happy with it.
I love what you're doing with the charities. So these toys, these kittenators and catarantulas with rods, these things that'll get even lazy kind of couch potato cats off the couch, these things, you're making use of them for cats who need homes. Can you tell us about that, Ellen, please?
Yes, we actually, we started a charitable initiative program when I started up the company, and so we donate some of our toys to different shelters, and we've really found that the benefits, both emotionally and physically, to the cats have been huge, and so it's been really a great experience for Neko-chan in the shelters. And a couple examples that we have were we got St. Francis Animal Rescue, which is just a small shelter in Venice, Florida. And they have a program that involves teenage kids from local schools that volunteer time at the shelter each week to socialize with the cats. And this allows the kids to get volunteer credits, and at the same time they learn how to be compassionate and responsible towards animals. And the cats get socialized and exercised to help make them more adoptable. And some of the comments that Amy, who is the team leader for this program, had said to me was, a lot of their cats who previously had shown very little interest in engaging with their volunteers, since, they were able to have some Neko flies to play with, they are very excited and they come out and they look forward to their playing time when the kids come to the shelter. And they also notice that their shy cats are coming out, that they used to avoid human contact, and now they are very responsive to the volunteers, and they really have come out of their shell. And that's
going to get them adopted. That's going to get them seen.
That's exactly. So we hear these similar comments with the other shelters also. So it's been really gratifying for us to see that kind of response happen. So we hope to continue with our charitable initiative and help more shelters as our company grows. And I think down in the future, I'd like to get involved in maybe some of the therapy programs that the shelters offer, and be able to help support those kind of programs. So there's a lot of wonderful things that you can do with the shelters. So I'm really happy that we're able to help some shelters as we go along.
Okay, well, we've got to go to another commercial, but before we do, I'll answer the question. A domestic cat can run about 31 miles per hour. So that's pretty fast. That's not slow. Yeah. Well, if you've ever seen them run, they have a full extension the way greyhounds do. They can have their back legs go ahead of their front. So they're really, really gaining some ground when they want to. They're very, very graceful. They have more bones in their body than we do, even though they're so small. And they actually have the ability to expand their spines. There's a way that the gas inside the joints actually... sometimes you look at your cat and he looks so long when he's stretched out on the cat scratch, and other times he looks so tiny, and you think it's just sort of an optical illusion. It's not an illusion. He really can make himself bigger or smaller. So that's a nice trick all of us with backaches would like to be able to do, just to, inflate your spine and have it all kind of stop being all crowded together and have it all spaced out and have a really, really good cat scratch and stretch. That would be nice. But, okay, so when we get back, I'm going to tell you another fact about cats and dogs. I wonder if people know this, that, let's see, do you think a litter of kittens and puppies can have more than one daddy? Or do you think they all have the same daddy? We'll be back with Ellen Siyuku and Nico-chan cat toys. And we're also going to ask her where she sent some of these cat toys, because you'll probably be surprised. She runs a little company up here in Canada, and she's got roots in Japan. But where her cat toys are going might surprise you. Okay, everybody, stay tuned, and we'll be back with Animal Party.
Don't leave this party before it's over, because the best is yet to come. Only losers leave the party early anyway. Party on. Back in a few.
Love your pets but wish their medications were a lot less expensive? They are at 1-800-PET-MEDS. You'll not only save on flea and heartworm medications, but on prescriptions for arthritis, incontinence, thyroid, and more. And you get fast service, free shipping, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Plus, our licensed pharmacists ensure accuracy, monitor drug interaction, and more. See why over 5 million people have trusted their pet's health to 1-800-PET-MEDS, America's largest pet pharmacy. Call now or order online.
Go to petmeds.com/party, PARTY, to get 10% off any order and free shipping on orders of $39 or more.
Whether they're big, small, hairy, or whatever, you're going to need gear for your feet. And Kids Foot Locker's got all the great shoes and gear that'll get you in the game.
Go to kidsfootlocker.com and enter the code AFAP10KF to get 10% off any order of $50 or more. Or enter the code AFAP15KF to get 15% off any order of $75 or more at kidsfootlocker.com.
And cover those funky feet.
FTD's network of over 40,000 florists around the world have been creating beautiful handcrafted arrangements for 100 years. Each arrangement is delivered the same day and backed by FTD's 7-day satisfaction guarantee. For a century, people have trusted their most important occasions to the flower experts at FTD.
Since Pet Life Radio is all about puppy dogs and flowers, our listeners, that's you, can get a 20% discount on your order. Just go to fluorop.com and use the code LUCKIES20 at checkout. FLEUROP.com. Code word LUCKYS and the number 20.
Welcome to Sassy Seniors, a show about our fabulous older dogs and cats. I'm your host, Kelly Jackson. I wanted to create a show to really showcase our senior pets. And, as the human population ages and lives longer, of course, so are our wonderful pets. But many of us with aging pets, it's so interesting. We have a tough time realizing or really admitting that they are seniors. So, in a way, I kind of like to think of our senior pets as wise puppies. What do you think about that? Be sure to join us for another edition of Sassy Seniors. And remember, celebrate your senior pets.
Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
You're inside the VIP room
with the hottest party in town.
Back to the party.
Let's go.
Hello. Welcome back to Animal Party on Pet Life Radio. We're here talking about Nico-chan products. And before we say anything more about your products, can you please, Ellen, tell everybody where they can get them? Do they look for them in stores? Do they look for them online? Where can they get Nico-chan products? Because if they're going to buy their cat a toy, instead of buying something that's limp and lifeless and hardly does anything, or something that's entertaining but might break, or something they don't really know if it's quality tested or if it's going to work, and then they don't know where the money's going. In your case, at least they know some of it is going to go to cat rescue shelters and entertaining cats who are starved for attention. So if you're going to buy a cat toy, why not buy these cat toys? So how do they get them? How do they get Nico-chan?
Actually, the best way is for people to just go to the website, and we have a retail store locator. And if you just click on that button and type in your zip code or your postal code, then it'll bring up the closest store in your area. So, and we offer also some online sales, and all that information is on the website. So that's probably the best way to find out where your closest store is.
Okay, perfect. So, okay, now you told me you sent some toys to a few shelters, and Two of them you named really surprised me. So can you tell our listeners some of the good work you're doing and where these cat toys are going?
Sure. We also donated some toys to Meow Cat Rescue, which is a small shelter in Kirkland, Washington. And it was, started in the early 1990s by just a group of really concerned citizens for animals. And now they place around 1,500 animals into permanent homes each year. So we're really proud to be associated and be able to give them the opportunity to give them some toys for their shelter. And Tabby's Place in New Jersey, they do great work. They have set up where they have a hospice and also a hospital and an adoption center, and they take a lot of the cats that would normally be euthanized in the public shelters, and they're able to give them a good home and be able to adopt them out, and they take in terminally ill cats so that they have a loving home in palliative care. So they do really wonderful work there. And in my neck of the woods in BC, Lap's Animal Shelter, does really wonderful work in their community. And they, care for more than 1,500 dogs and cats and large animals each year. They have a great program with female inmates at a local institution that they help to train some of the shelter dogs to make them more adoptable. So it's really great work that all these shelters do, and we're just very lucky to be able to help support them in some small way. And recently, in my area, there's a young lady that has been going back to Japan to help some of the cats and dogs that were affected by the disaster, and we were able to get some toys to her this time, and she took them over, and we'll give them to some of the adoptive families that are fostering some of these animals that have been affected by the shelter. So I look forward to when she comes back to hearing how her trip went, and so yeah. So I was really happy that we were able to help her out a little bit.
Well, Alan, I've been doing these shows almost 12, 15 years now, pet radio shows, interviewing people and oftentimes interviewing pet product people. And it's really, really rare that I meet someone who from the very beginning decides that there's going to be a charitable donation made to something that matters to them. Really rare. And so I'm very happy to have you on the show, because from the very start of your company, you didn't do this later as a tax break or some PR move. This was from the beginning, when it was probably not very easy to do. And now you're growing and growing, and as you should. So thank you very much for all your good work for the cats, and for making sure that, you're in a position when something like what hit Japan happens, you can actually do something about it. It might not seem like much to send some toys over there, but I'm sure that's not a top priority. And all the cats in all those cages waiting to be reunited with their owners are appreciative that they have something to do to relieve the boredom. So you're doing great work, and thank you very much for joining me today.
Well, thank you for having me. It was a pleasure. I really enjoyed it.
Okay, thank you, Ellen.
Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. Well, I should wrap up this party, but there's a few things I should say first to answer the question about the litters. It's true. It's absolutely true. There can be a whole bunch of puppies or kittens, say 5, 10, something like that. And they can all have different fathers. So that's why breeders are very, very careful to segregate the dam, the mama dog, when she's in heat, or the mama cat, and to make sure that no other male has access to her, because she can ovulate over 5 or 10 days and have eggs released at different times, and depending on who she's with at that time, that can be the father. So I've seen litters that are extremely strange, where unwanted litters that were accidental and could have been prevented with simple spay and neuter. So it's very unfortunate. But it is quite remarkable to see something like a Beagle Cross mama nursing an Irish setter looking gigantic pup right next to a tiny, tiny little toy pup with a lot of shaggy hair and a couple other things in there too. So it can definitely happen. And that's why spay and neuter, one of the reasons spay and neuter is so important. They can have so many pups and kittens and that no one will want. So it's always much easier to trap and neuter and release, or just spay and neuter your own pets and not count on hoping that they don't get away, hoping that their hormones won't drive them to seek out mates and reproduce, because that's a hope that's not very successful a lot of the time. If you're not going to breed your animals, and really most people shouldn't, then you ought to spay and neuter them for their own safety, so they're not running across roads and getting into fights and battles, being the target of male-on-male aggression or sex, if they're the females in estrus running around. It's very dangerous life. So you want to make sure your pets are spayed and neutered and keep them outside this whole war of the sexes that goes on at mating time. They don't need that stress. Now, I want to say something about a crane operator who was driving up north from one really desolate place to another. And in the middle of his route between two towns, Terrace and Smithers, he found a cub, which he was pretty sure was not okay. And it was a bear cub all alone. And he waited and he waited and he called the authorities. He did all the right things. And in the end, he ended up wrapping it in a blanket and putting it in his truck and driving it to the rescue. Now, this guy had to drive miles and miles and miles out of his way to get this bear cub to the rescue place. And this is not the first time I've heard a story like this. A few years ago, a trucker saw a Cocker Spaniel at some kind of market, and it was being mistreated, and he bought it. And then within days, same route, he hadn't even gone home yet, his truck jackknifed and overturned in the snow, and nobody would have seen him, no one, except for the dog, went back to the main road and was standing there with its paw up in frigid weather. And when a policeman stopped to try and get the dog wouldn't go with him and kept barking and trying to lead him into the woods. Anyway, they found the trucker, they saved the guy, but only because of the dog. And I find this connection between truckers and stray animals is huge, to the point where there's a whole organization out there that hooks them up. So if a trucker is going empty from one city to the next and he's willing, they'll put a pet with him, a pet that has a home. It's homeless where it is, but it has a home waiting for it somewhere far away. It just needs the transport. So there's a tremendous connection, and I just wanted to salute this guy who saved the bear cub. And there were 12 bear cubs there last fall, so now this one joins them. His name is Turbo, and he joins them at the Northern Lights Wildlife Shelter. And hopefully he will heal up and learn to do all the things he's supposed to do. Now, there was a close call on a nest that's being filmed showing baby eaglets. And one of the eagles was tangled in some debris, some human garbage, and he was going to die if not for intervention. And so we all watched as a crane took these people up, and the guy who set up the nest, who monitors the nest, who tries not to ever interfere with it and put up the cameras in the first place, broke his rule because of the Facebook pressure to save the eaglet, and also because he felt he couldn't just let it die. So they did go up there, they grabbed the eaglet, they pulled the plastic off him, and then they tossed him back into the nest, quite literally. Big fluffy stuffed looking thing, and everybody's fine, and mom and daddy are still taking care of the nest, so everything is good. So I wanted to tell you all that that's all good. Again, a great example of someone who really cares for the animals. And there was an awfully odd situation I wanted to tell you about, too. A little fluffy white dog, tiny, like no bigger than a man's shoe, was dropped from the air. And it's very lucky that this happened, but it was picked up by an eagle and carried around. And then it turns out it's a 6-year-old poodle. It's a female. And it was mangled. I mean, it had cracked ribs and puncture wounds and blood wounds and all this. The eagle had been carrying it, probably mistook it for a rabbit and changed its mind when it didn't taste right, dropped it. And the thing, this poor poodle fell and hurt itself. And anyhow, thank God, because if it had never been nabbed, the poodle was in really bad circumstances. Its nails and teeth were so overgrown, it was growing back into its own skin, and the nails, teeth were so bad. So the dog was living in a really horrible situation. The eagle plucked it out of there for some reason, dropped it in the hands of people who were working at an old age home. Lucky for the dog. They took him in and got him the vet care, and now the dog is going to be rehabilitated and sent to a good home. So sometimes strange things happen for the best reason. Okay, everybody, we'll be back again with Animal Party and Party Hardy with your animals. Make sure to have fun with them. Pick up some Nico-Chan toys and party with your cats. Be good to your animals, everybody. I'll be back again soon with Animal Party.
Let's Talk Pets every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.